Okay, Ray Power 100.5 FM Power Play. I told you we had a big fish up in the studio. Now, I would have loved to be the person to begin to do the whole introduction and everything, but I think it's important for us to get to hear what it is from the host's mouth. He's actually in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get to meet up with the big fish. How fun, huh? Where do they, Charlie?
I'm good, man. It's your boy.
We know they hear you. We know they hear you.
It's your boy. It's your boy Leo Da Silva. I'm up in the building. Ray Power. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's a privilege.
What's been happening? What's been happening? Leo Da Silva. Who is Leo Da Silva? Because we won't understand. Because we get plenty Leo Da Silva. Somebody if you come from it be Leo Da Silva.
Leo Da
so
Silva,
let's understand who the Leo Da Silva is.
Your favorite entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Ex Big Brother housemate, you know, obviously.
Ex Big Brother housemate.
Housemate.
Okay, did you hear that? I think let's just let this everybody you could just put your hands together. You know saying you're supposed to go into I can't say. It's all right. You're welcome to the studio. Leo is not alone. He comes in. He you know when celebrities come around, they come with entourage. But somebody in the entourage will be talking to us. Yes, let's get to meet up with you.
Yeah, my name is Busayo. I'm Busayo Morakenya. I work for Connected Development.
I like that name. That name sounds like one name in history.
Okay.
In the ancient Oyo Empire.
Can you imagine? I mean, I feel like a Bashorunga.
That kind of thing like this. It is all right. So tell me, what's up, Leo? What are you guys doing in ABJ? Because you cannot be coming to ABJ without doing something.
Yeah, obviously everyone knows.
I know ABJ is home. ABJ is home, but then
ABJ is not home for me. But you know,
ABJ is Nigeria.
Nigeria is home.
So anywhere you go, anywhere you are in Nigeria is home for you.
Yeah,
as
true.
As it is right now.
As it is right now, obviously everywhere is home for me. But yeah, I obviously have a major reason for coming to ABJ this time around, and the major reason is the partnership I just signed with Connected Development. So I'm going to be championing their movement, which is the amendment of the UB Act.
Okay.
And that is majorly to increase the education, the free education from 9 years to 12 years. So basically, the UB Act is setting up a next generation. In fact, it set up my generation to fail, because when you're encouraging people that you're only going to pay for the education till GS3, you're telling them that, you know what, yeah,
from that
GS3 you should actually you should actually maybe drop out. Think about it. So now we're trying to extend it to 12 years to the whole yard, because the world is evolving. Junior secondary school education is not enough. It's not enough for you to keep up with the amount of technology, with the amount of exposure, and it's something that we need to understand. Education is the greatest form of empowerment.
So what's your take on youth participation in governance?
It's very important. It's very, very important.
How important do you think it is? It's
extremely important, because you cannot underestimate how the level of importance. First of all, you have to be making. You cannot leave old people to make policies that they would not be alive to actually feel the backlash if it goes bad. You understand? So it's kind of a thing where you can't hold anyone accountable if they are dead. So the youths have to be part of the policy making that's going to affect their future.
Very true.
You understand?
True.
So that's just the main correlation for me. I cannot look at someone, maybe my father's age, God rest his soul. He cannot tell me that, okay, you know what, yeah, for the next 20 years Nigeria should close their borders, let us not be importing anything and blah blah. And you know, let's say that has a very, very transverse effect on the economy and whatnot, and he dies like 5 years later. You know, it's not going to affect him. He's gone to rest.
He's gone.
But it's going to affect us.
Very true.
You know, the youths that are just coming up, the youths that probably is one of their major faults.
You are talking with so much passion. Have you had this in your mind even before you went to Big Brother house? I don't understand.
Before I went into the house, I've been a businessman, and one of the aspects of my business is I take my CSR very serious, my corporate social responsibility very serious. Yeah. And
okay, now I want to understand something. What I am meant to understand is mostly corporate social responsibilities for big companies, like big brands.
It doesn't.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what are those things you do when you say you take your CSR seriously? Let me get.
One of the major things that I do is that I get involved in the policy making of my community. So because I grew up in a particular zone, and maybe I might be a corporate person, the only thing I recognize the fact that the only thing that differentiates me from everyone I grew up with is my opportunities, and I don't let myself use the opportunities to oppress them. I use it to actually increase their voice. You understand? I speak for them. And little forms of empowerment. It's not for just big companies. You don't have to be very big for you to actually affect your neighborhood. To impact your neighborhood. You don't have to. I don't have to have 50 billion. Even if it is 5 keke Maro I can buy, I'll buy it. It is just important for you to start. You cannot say you're going to be paying tithe only when you are receiving 1 billion naira.
Okay, back to the house. Back to the house.
Yeah.
You were this laid back kind of person.
Yeah.
They too make noise.
Yeah.
But you did dance. When the time for party don't go, you go dance. That kind of thing. So tell me, why did you choose to stay laid back? Is that a strategy? Because a lot of people, anybody that goes to the house say, is my strategy.
Yeah.
Was your own strategy just to stay a laid back person, not to be making a lot of noise, or what?
No, it's just my person. It is. I'm not. I pick my moments.
Okay.
Basically, I feel it's not. There was the way the house was set up. We didn't have continuous energy to actually be making noise. You have to reserve your energy for very tangible moments.
But there are people that have that energy that kept making the noise.
Yeah, people are different. People are different. I didn't go into the house with a strategy. I went into the house to
be yourself.
No, to solely sell myself, because that's the most important thing. And I had to sell myself as who I am, which is a very serious individual that is interested in empowering his people and his business.
Tell me about the tasks.
The task. What kind of task?
All the tasks in the house. Which one of them was the most tasking task for you when you were in the house?
To be honest with you, none of them were tasking for me. Okay, I didn't like I can't say I didn't like the pay-pot games, but after like the first two, I wasn't enjoying it anymore. You understand? But when it comes to the proper task, I think they were very good, and they allowed us to test our range. And one thing I tried to make sure was every task that I'm given, I don't do the same thing. Every week. I try to do different things. Like
I learned with good result though.
Yeah, I learned to write in the house, to write a proper screenplay in the house. I was taught by Angel. I acted in the house. I did a fashion show in the house. So I did quite every week. I try to involve myself in different things because I felt like the experience was very key for me, to see my range.
You prefer to apply yourself by action.
Yeah, I prefer to apply myself, and I prefer to task myself because that was why I saw the platform as it's very easy for me to sit down and talk about business all day.
Was it difficult really getting to have the slot to be on Big Brother?
There's no slots. It was just. What I always tell people is like going for a movie audition. Most times, if you are it, you are it. That's it.
Okay.
I think they have a what they're looking for. If you fit the criteria, you get in.
As an entrepreneur, a youth and a young entrepreneur, what message would you have for the people in Abuja? Because this is representing Nigeria and Africa.
Yes.
Extension.
Well, one thing I have to, say is to encourage the youths. Because first of all, we cannot look at the fact that our government is barely helping us. It should not discourage us. A lot of great men in the world, a lot of great entrepreneurs in the world started from their garages, started from nothing, and you have to keep your passion burning because is
the story the same with you?
Yes.
Okay.
You have to keep your passion burning. You don't expect handouts. Just keep on doing what you're doing and believe in growth. Everyone wants to hammer, but even if you hammer, you don't want to hammer at the wrong time. If you hammer at the wrong time, you are actually going to squander your hammer. So it's better for you to keep on growing, keep building your business, structure your business very well.
Which one is hammering at the wrong time? Hammer is hammer.
You can hammer at the wrong time. Yeah, you look it up now. There are a lot of people that
you
have
can hammer
squandered.
it at the wrong time and correct it and
No.
All right, Busayo, what's up?
Yeah,
Tell me.
great.
So what's the program planning for Code for the years for the remainder of the year?
I mean,
2018?
we've been following the money, and that's why Leo is here.
How much of the money have you followed?
Last year we followed close to $1 million.
Wow.
I'm talking about over 360 million naira.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you will not be tired
education,
of following
health,
the
and
money.
environment. We cannot be tired of following the money. Leo is a follow the money ambassador now, and that's one of the reasons why Leo is here. Trying to
The
amplify.
energy with which you are talking, I don't think you can ever be tired of following the money.
We can't. As long as the government keeps passing budgets that we don't really have extensive breakdowns on the budget, we don't have a clear procurement process, we don't know how the government is judicially using the funds that comes in, I'm talking about state governments, local governments. We'll keep following the money.
Very true. It's all right. Well, I'd like to appreciate you guys for coming around. It's a beautiful, youthful, energetic education and, of course, entrepreneurial session with Leo da Silva and Busayo, Mr. Follow the